When you look at what customers expect from their lender today, you really have to look at what their digital interactions are in their everyday life and how that's setting their expectations. They're online, you're ordering food, they're buying goods, they're scheduling appointments, they're doing their banking and paying bills online. And I think the feel is that the mortgage experience really should be no different. We recently partnered with MarketCube to survey customers that recently went through buying a home or a refinance to really get a better gauge on those consumer expectations. And what we found was nearly 70% of consumers said the technology that they experienced improved their impression of the closing process. And nearly 50% of the consumers said the ability for them to complete their loans digitally and complete that process digitally was one of the main factors they had in selecting the lender they used. So I think it's pretty clear. Our research shows that borrowers are expecting technology in that mortgage process to provide them with that better overall experience. Banks should really look to prioritize enhancements that obviously are going to provide their customers with the best experience. And most of the banks that we talk to have really focused on that initial point of sale experience where that's the initial engagement with the consumer, and they want to provide them with a good digital process that they can get apply for the loan and get through that process. But really, you need to start looking down that mortgage lifeline and identify those other areas of the process where there is opportunities for enhancement. For instance, our survey data shows that the majority of consumers are waiting days for an appraiser to call and schedule the inspection. And even when they get that inspection, they're waiting for an hours-long window for that appraiser to arrive at the property. And that really doesn't align with what consumers have in their day-to-day interactions. And then when you move down the process to the closing process, there's certainly an opportunity for lenders to be able to integrate full e-closing experience for that customer. So they're able to be at home, e-signing documents, they're online with the notary, they're able to complete that entire closing, all within the home, through an online experience. And if they can't do the full e-closing experience, they can obviously integrate a hybrid experience as well. So that gives them the ability to at least electronically sign some of the documentation. Then when they're in person with the signing agent, they're signing a very small subset of documents, and that shortening of that process can just provide just a better overall experience as well. It is important for banks to tie together in-person interactions with self-service, and recognizing that many consumers are very comfortable and actually prefer self-service options in what they're completing. From the point of sale experience all the way through the mortgage process, there are a lot of opportunities to provide self-service to provide them with a level of control, a level of confidence and transparency in what's going on in their closing. When you look over the next few years and how the mortgage industry is going to evolve, I think you really are going to see the adoption of a lot of technology that's available today that's maybe not being used widespread. I would expect to see virtual inspections combined with a desktop valuation really becoming more of a viable option to get the value of a home without requiring an appraiser to be on site to complete every inspection. I would expect to see more hybrid e-closings and full e-closings with remote online notarizations to really become more of the norm of what we see in the mortgage closing process. And then as you get further digitizing of that mortgage process, it opens up the opportunity now to bring in AI-enabled automation, machine learning technology. You can really enhance the process and speed everything up and make it just a better overall experience for everybody involved.